Hi guys, probably should have turned the camera on earlier, but only just thought of it, sorry. So I had a bunch of Christmas paper that I saved. This wasn't all of it, I just kept a little bundle. Well, it's not little, but it's a lot smaller than it could have been. This is just Christmas paper that was left over from the grandkids opening their Christmas presents. And I also had kept a whole bunch of, you know, junk mail over Christmas. Just the one with Christmas pictures and, you know, stuff like this. It's a bit cute. And I thought I'll just collage. This is just a large envelope that I've opened up. So one of these. It's just one of these large envelopes that has been used, and I've just cut down the side to open it up into a double page. And all I've done is I've just collaged a whole bunch of just, it was only going to be Christmas paper, but I only had like 3 or 4 different types in there, so it was going to be a bit repetitive, so I threw in some other papers. So it's just Christmas paper, bit of I think that was scrapbook paper, bit of leftover napkins, you know, when you rip the centerpiece off a napkin to use and you've got the little bits around the edges left over, some foil gold paper, bit of music paper. This was out of a religious magazine. This is the gold foil off a little golden book. Some registered post envelope. The inside of the envelope, it has this registered post and red print. What else is in here? Just magazine images, junk mail. That's about it, I think. A little bit of book pages. A bit of dictionary page. Oh, I was going to keep it to only Christmas papers. Then I added junk mail because I didn't have enough variety in Christmas paper. But then I can't help it, like I was like, ooh, there's some little stripy red fabric. Oh, my hands are so gluey. And then I was like, no, stop it, put the fabric away. So there's only 2 little pieces of fabric there. Otherwise, yeah, I then will go off on a tangent and make something completely different. So what I thought I would do with this is then on the flip side, I'll just collage this with some scraps of coffee dyed paper that I've got. Coffee dyed paper and what else? Mostly coffee dyed papers, I think. Different types. There's some ruled, some grid, ledger, plain, that sort of thing. And then I'll just cut it into tags. And I know Christmas is already gone, but you don't get the leftover Christmas paper until after Christmas. And I don't know what happened to last year's. I don't think we had a lot last year because it was my husband and I first year with no kids last year, so yeah, so I don't think we had a lot of Christmas paper. All the wrapping was done outside of our house, and usually it's done here, but this year the grandkids came over, so we had a little bit of wrapping paper. Yeah, so these tags, I'll just chop them up and put them in my little Christmas folder for Christmas journals next year. Anyway, I'll come back and show you the next step after I've collaged this. Okay, so I'm back and I've finished collaging the back. So these are all just, I didn't actually have any ledger paper. I mean, I do, but not coffee dyed at the moment. So I've just got some brown paper bag. I think that was from a takeaway. And different scraps of coffee dyed paper. Old diary, lined, plain, some envelope. And And now I'll just chop it up into tags, and I'm not going to think about placement as much as I kind of see bits I would like to chop. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to chop, chop, chop and see how they turn out. I mean, if there's a plain bit, you know, like if the tag was all on, say, this bit, you can always stick another little piece over just to adjust it after. Okay, so I'm going to chop this up and then I'll be back. Okay, I'll just show you the strips before I finish cutting them into tags, just so you can get an idea of what they look like. See, they look really cool once they're you know, chopped up, like this one. We've got his arm chopped off. That's the back. Okay, so now I'm going to chop them about there, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back with the finished tags, and all I've done is snip the corners, punch a hole, and I've inked the edges. So I'll just give you a look how they turned out. Originally when I started, I was thinking about stitching the edges, but I think they're too busy to stitch. I think if I stitch them, yeah, it'll be too much. It's a bit of wallpaper there. Oh. This gold was actually off, it was a cardboard chocolate box, and I've just peeled the top layer off. So these I think were 7 centimeters by 13, except for these two were 6 by 12. This little piece, I think this was in a Happy Mail from Jan T. Baillie. I'm pretty sure. If you're in Australia, you might recognise this. That's the Woolworths. There's the Woolworths little logo turned sideways off junk mail. I really like this gold foil. It's really nice. There's a bit of fabric down there. It's from a Big W junk mail book. I really love how they turn out, the little collage cards. Actually, this one was positioned perfectly. I was like hoping his head didn't get cut in half, but yeah, this one turned out pretty good. I like that one. This was actually a little punched flower that I put on there. So the other half is somewhere. Who knows where? It was whole when I put him on. I really like how the registered post envelopes, this is actually the inside of the envelope. I really love how they look when they're used on tags and inked up and everything. Anyway, so they're my little tags. So give them a try. They're nice and easy. I know Christmas is over, but you can put them aside for next year. Or you don't even have to use Christmas themed stuff. You can use anything. I just used Christmas because, you know, I saved that wrapping paper. Oh, and these were the little odd pods, the little snips at the end. So I just had mini little tags. I think they're quite cute actually. So if you don't like one area, this has got a lot of blue, you can always just stick something, you know, against that as well. That was just a bit of material I had on my desk and a bit of string and some embroidery floss. These little teeny bits I just left in the square tags. This one, is a pity that little Christmas stocking didn't make it onto one of the bigger tags, but I like how he turned out actually. He's really cute. Anyway, they're my little tags, and yeah, I won't put them in my shop because I'll probably sit there all year with my Christmas journal that's still in there. But anyway, I do like when you use a whole picture on there. When you cut the tags to size, that picture gets split. So I'll show you what I mean. So say this one, where's the other half? Here. So I really like, this was out of a religious book, that picture. There's his little arm and there's the top of his head. So that was the whole picture. And then when you cut them up, even the little pieces still look good by themselves, like the little hand. And that, you don't know what that is, but it's just a little squiggle. Anyway, that's it. So give them a try, and I'm a little out of flower mode at the moment because I've done so many now, but I do have one more type of scrap flower that I'd like to show you, and then that'll be the end of it for a while until I get back into the mood. And I am now into scrap paper mode again, collage tag mode. So I might make some more tags for my shop because it's looking a bit bare at the moment. But yeah, these ones I'll pop aside until Christmas 19, and I'll stick them in my shop then. Make some more, put them with them. Might make some tag packs or something. But yeah, give them a try. Nice and easy. Good way to use up scraps, and 100% recycled, of course, besides glue. That's it, and thanks for watching. If I know I started the video rolling once I had already collaged everything down, but yeah, because sometimes I think, why would anyone want to see me gluing papers? But if you're new to I don't know, collaging or making tags or anything, and if you really do want to see something that I've kind of started halfway through or towards the end, or I've explained it instead of showing, if you really do want to see, just leave a comment in the comments box, and I'm happy to make another set and show you how I sit there and place it and what size pieces I use and stuff like that, because I know sometimes it always looks easy until you sit down and try it. This is easy though. I mean, I'm sure if you give it a try, they'll turn out they turn out nice every time. But if you really are stuck and you want to see how I do it, leave a comment in the comments box. If you're too embarrassed to do that, just email me. I know there is one girl who emailed me with the little scrap fabric flowers, the little rustic ones that I've got. If you're not sure which one I mean, I'll put the link in the video down below. When I showed how to make them, I think I only showed a couple of examples, like putting them together, because I always think, oh yeah, just chuck them together, you'll be right. But she did ask if I could show some more flowers being made, because she said she's given it a try and they don't look as good as mine. Now, I'm sure they look fine. She didn't include a picture, but I'm sure they look fine. Sometimes you think yours look worse than someone else's, but actually they look quite the same, or similar, or different, but quite nice, if all that makes sense. So yeah, she did ask if I could show those rustic flowers being put together again, just how I place the layers. And yeah, I will show that. Happy to show it again. Maybe I'll sit down and make 10 or something together, and then you can just see, like, I really can't explain how to do it other than show you. I really just put little scraps together, and try not to overthink it. Maybe your problem is you're trying to look at placement too much. I think it's better, like even these, I didn't even look at placement. I just glued them down. When I went to cut them, I was very, very tempted to think of placement, but I think the random results are better. Just cut it from the start and go for it. Where it cuts, it cuts. I mean, if it cut in the middle of his head, well, so be it. But yeah, I will show that, and if anyone else wants anything shown, yeah, stick it in the comments box, and I will try and show it as best I can. I don't have the best camera set up, so but I will give it a try. Anyway, thanks for watching, and bye bye.